Are we recording? Yeah, we're recording. Let's do this. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, there we go. We're going to start with the white image of Negan. I'm telling myself that. But welcome to Make a Path Presents. We got our first images of 7-inch Negan. This is the Negan in the color tops, and I do want to mention this real quick. I went to pull these images on the internet so I can put them on the video, and I noticed they did officially take down Jesus. Jesus was after Carl Grimes. They have a lineup of color tops, and I'm really disappointed in this. I'm hoping this is just something where they said, you know what, Negan will sell better. We need this because this didn't sell as good, so let's get Negan out there, and this keeps the line alive, or at least this would be better for their numbers than Jesus, because I think logically and the business mentality, that's absolutely the right decision. Jesus is great, but Negan will sell 10 times more than Jesus will, so I'm hoping that's the case where they just put Negan in head of Jesus and Jesus is coming behind him. But we can't see him on the website, and I'm hoping they don't give up on that because I do want a Jesus figure in the 7-inch. But maybe this is a good thing because we'll get more articulation down the line. And the reason I say that is because this white image of Negan is what we were first shown, but now they got these other images like right here. This is Negan holding the bat up in the air, and you can, if you look down at his hips, at his crotch area, you can see kind of like the old school articulation style that they had for the 5-inch. Now this articulation style, actually I think I got it in the Negan for the comic book. Hold on. If you look at the pictures, or as we look at the pictures of TV Negan, look at the articulation here and kind of compare them. It does look like they're going to be using this articulation style where you have these ball-hinged legs at the top here where the hip would be, and that's it. It's just a ball in there, so it rotates around. Just look at the articulation here. That's what it looks like when you look at these images of Negan. So let's go back to the images, and here's Negan, and I'm looking at this for the first time. The image popped up and I saved the image and I noticed the hips, so that was what I noticed right away. But after that I didn't look at any of these images, so we're actually looking at these together. So we have Negan with the bat on his shoulder. Love the paint, love the sculpt, love it. I'm definitely picking this up. This is pretty damn cool. The scarf is massive compared to the comic Negan. The comic Negan, it was kind of like a wrinkly shirt under there, but that's just a little noticeable difference, and comic Negan is definitely bigger than TV Negan, but they got a good sculpt and a good likeness of Jeffrey Dean Morgan happening there. I like that. And they did a good job with the beard. That was one thing I was worried about. How would the beard come out? But it looks pretty cool. Here's another image. This is an up-close image at his body. And let's look at the detail, the wrinkles. We already know that McFarlane Toys is going to do a fantastic job with the wrinkles in the clothing. They've always done such a great job with that. So we do have these shoulder joints, and if you have Carl Grimes and probably a Abraham figure, you can probably move those around and get a good feel for how these joints will move around. And we're going to have articulation in the elbow, and that's definitely cool too. I want to see a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Here's the legs. We have no articulation, which is a huge disappointment. I'm hoping it's hiding. I'm hoping if you look at the buckle and the strap, I'm hoping they're hiding the articulation there, but it would be a huge disappointment to not have articulation in that spot. Now with the comic Negan, it looks like it swivels at the knee joint, and I'm hoping that this one swivels just the same. And I like how they're hiding it there. It doesn't look too distracting having that joint there in the knee. So I'm loving this. So far I'm loving this. And the comic Negan did have the same articulation. If you look right by the buckle, if you look just to the left of that buckle, you might see an indent that could hint at articulation there. Because now when I look at comic Negan, he has the same articulation in that ankle, and I think that is very important. Because this isn't just about oh, look, what does it have articulation or doesn't it? It's not about that at all. It's about making these sell, and I think this will sell. Having articulation in this figure will make it sell twice as much, guaranteed. There's no way around it anymore. That's all you see everywhere. Fans want articulation. You get the collectors with dioramas. You get the kids buying it, playing with it. You get all the other collectors because of the articulation. It gets them all. Here's an image of the lineup. This was definitely a smart way to promote it. I love that. That's great. And then here's a good look at Lucille on Negan. Now, obviously, we already know that down the line, they could really get their money's worth with this mold by making a bloodied Lucille version of Negan and maybe even some blood on him. You don't need blood on him. You can do 3 different versions. If they wanted to maximize the profits here, and don't tell me it won't work, we bitch and complain, but we'll buy it anyway because we're completists and because we like the idea. Movie accuracy. Make a bloody variant that's show accurate, and do not put blood on Negan, but put blood and grime and gore on the Bat. That would be awesome. Do that. And then for a cash grab, do a bloody Negan, all bloody, covered in blood. And then you could do 3. You could do clean. You could do bloody TV show accurate or scene accurate Negan. And then you can do all bloody variant. So Lucille's looking sexy. Let's go back to that real quick. She's looking real good. They do good detail on the 5-inch Lucille. I'm actually looking at her now. But with the 7-inch, I am really looking forward to the type of detail they can have in a 7-inch Lucille. Now let's take a good up-close look at this head-on shot of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And they got a fantastic job here. I like this. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I'm losing my voice here yelling at all Rick's people. Yeah, I like that. It looks like we have... it looks like hopefully we'll have articulation at the head, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, and then the hips, and then the knees, and then it looks like at the top of the boot that might just be a indentation from how he's dressed, but you can hide a cut in there. I don't know why you would need that there, but maybe. And then it looks like in the ankles we might just have one. I'm really liking the look of this Negan. This Negan looks fantastic. Here is a side shot of the right side of Negan. Again, it looks cool. Here's a back shot of Negan, and this looks epic. This looks like it was ripped right from the show. I like that. I like that a lot. That is cool. And look at what they did here. And this is what I was saying from the very beginning. Now, given the articulation here is nowhere near as good as we wanted it from the very beginning. But look what they did. There's articulation there. I'm not sure how restrictive it's going to be, but it's so well hidden. You could actually push it more and get more articulation out of it. This doesn't even look articulated from this angle. You know what I mean? But we know it is just by the back of the knees. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, damn it. That is great when they can hide the articulation there. And it's not like when you glance at this, and this is what I don't get, the frustration where you hear them say, oh, when we start adding articulation, it messes with the sculpt. This looks fan-friggin-tastic, and you have the articulation there. This looks 10 times better than useless cuts, That cut at the thigh on all the previous figures, it was causing gaps. It was just an eyesore. This is gorgeous. I like that. And then we have back around to the original picture. I like it. I'm sold. McFarlane Toys, put me down for 10 of them. Not really, but one to display, that's going to be the one to review, and then at least 2 in the box for a collection. I might even buy one for a present for somebody, a big Negan fan. Put me down for a couple. This guy is sexy. One sexy son of a bitch. But you guys let me know what you think. If you disagree or not, or if you do agree, how do you feel about this Negan figure now after seeing these images? I feel good about it. I feel real good. As a collector, I cannot wait until September. Let's scroll down. August 2017 is when this is going to come out. What are we in? April almost? All right, we don't got that long of a wait. I want it next month, but hell, I'll beg McFarlane Toys to send a review sample. Maybe they can ship one out. I know the Glenn and Negan 5-inch, I believe that's coming around in September. So August, September, we're going to have a bunch of Walking Dead things coming out. The Bloody Lucille, the 10-inch Glenn, the Negan and Glenn 2-pack. They announced something that I thought was kind of odd. It's the Hero pack. It has the best looking Daryl in 5-inch they've ever made. He's the one that comes with the custom bike. And then you got the Rick in the best outfit they've ever made. And then you have a Michonne. Michonne looked a little different, but that could have just been my eyes playing tricks on me. And she could be the same Michonne that we've always gotten. But my point is that Hero pack caught me off guard. And the only difference is they come in a 3-pack and they're bloody, so it's just bloody variants of the 5-inch line. And this is what frustrates me a little bit, is McFarlane Toys went from the 5-inch to the 7-inch. Had they taken the detail of the 7-inch and incorporated the articulation of the 5-inch, fans would have went nuts, and it would have been a totally different atmosphere with McFarlane Toys right now, as far as how the fans feel, the Walking Dead fans in particular, because right now they're still upset with the change. And look at what we're doing now. It takes, what, a year later, and McFarlane Toys is starting to do what the fans said to do from the beginning. And this is where why I stood up and said, just listen to the fans. They're the ones buying it. You can say this looks better as a statue all you want. If the people with the money who are buying it, if they don't want to buy that, you're going to see them on pegs. Like we got the Red Wave. It's on clearance. And that's because of the choices with the characters, the character outfits. They're just in bland outfits to kick off the series. There's no articulation. They're in poses that aren't really that interesting. So yeah, I think a lot of stumbles, creative stumbles along the way in the beginning, big time. But it looks like if what we got from the detail moving forward with Daryl recently, Abraham, Carl, especially the 2 different outfits, and the Negan with the more articulation now, even though it looks like it's going to be restrictive, at least this is headed in the right direction. So I see the fan base really starting to really start picking up and recollecting these figures. They might even go back and collect the old ones again. As long as you get them buying the new ones, they will go back and pick up the old ones to complete this set. That's all I got to say about the Negan figure and the state of McFarlane Toys and the color tops. Leave your thoughts and opinions. If you are a collector, let us have it. Let us know what you think and feel down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.